Hello and welcome back to the port. Alan Gandhi from Major, and this is a review of the Tier 4 Russian cruiser, the Kirov. Now we're in a Tier 3 and 4 game of domination on New Dawn. It's progressed a little bit, we've kind of mopped up on our side, so we've just got a couple of cruisers and stuff left over. Now, looking at her overall, in comparison, as like fully upgraded in comparison to the other Tier 4 cruisers, and that's what's going to be happening with all these stats. We can see that she has a above average HP for her tier. Now she's only really beaten by the fair attacker, which is known for its high HP pool, so you're pretty much second best really here. Now looking at your armor, I mean, ignoring the armor layouts because we haven't really got access to them, but just judging by the thickness of the armor, like the low end and the high end, we've actually got what appears to be one of the better armor bands with a very good top and low armor. Now, artillery wise, we've got the second largest caliber guns for the tier. We've also got a very competitive reload and turret traverse speed at this tier. And then we also have the best range and quite a good chance of setting fires, which is quite a nice abilities. So the guns on the Kirov, they're quite good, and your HP and your armor seems to be pretty good as well. Now, we're going to come across one of the downfall points at the moment, and that's going to be the torpedoes. They've only got a range of 4 kilometers, and because of this, they're kind of really last minute at a pinch kind of use. Oh, kamikaze! You're not going to have a good day now. Pop that sonar on. Now, they are quite fast, is one thing to note, and they do seem to travel quite quickly, so they will cover that 4 kilometers very quickly. And the other one is, they do quite a reasonable amount of damage, from like a review of them. Maneuverability, we're among the fastest, so we seem to have quite a good top speed. However, we do seem to have the largest turning circle and the most slowest to react rudder, which is a bit of a downside really there. So unfortunately you have to bear that in mind. Your maneuverability, you're fast in a straight line, but making corners, dodging torpedoes and stuff, you're going to be quite sluggish to do so. Concealment wise, again, this is another downside of the Kirov. You don't have very good concealment. You're probably the poorest at your tier. So maybe using camouflages, certain inspirations are going to be pretty key to you if you want to bring that concealment down. As you can see, our concealment normally is right up against our artillery range. So consumables, before you get the hull upgrade, you do have 3 spotter aircraft and 2 sonar. But once you put the hull upgrade on, you lose your spotter aircraft. So maybe you could make a case for not upgrading the hull and keeping the spotter aircraft. But the key difference between with and without the spotter aircraft is about 2,800 HP. So if you want that additional HP, you'll have to lose your aircraft. Your sonar seems to be pretty reasonable for the tier. So it lasts for about 92 seconds, reloads in 180, and then you can pick up torpedoes at 2.6 kilometers and ships at about 3.7 kilometers. So sonar seems to be pretty reasonable. Now, one thing I found with the guns is they're very accurate, and you can see that very low trajectory. So it doesn't go high. It doesn't mean you can't shoot over cliffs and stuff. So it means if you do want to, what people call island camping, or what I call strategically placing yourself, you have to bear in mind you probably want the lower islands to do it, or you want to be further back from the islands. However, the accuracy of the gun, if you're good with your guns, I can't fault the accuracy. You're always going to get hits on target, and with that chance to set fire, you're going to be setting fire to things all the time. It's really quite nice. So these are really HE spammers, I guess, but then the AP is still quite reasonable. I haven't been able to do it in this game because it's just developed so quickly, but the AP can really punish a broadside cruiser. So it's always worth bearing it in mind. Now with these, because of the lack of maneuverability, you want as much space between you and the enemy as possible, so it gives you more chance to react to those incoming shots. Now as you can see, I've got the Ingenious ability here, which tells me when people look at me, and also I've got that RDF ability, but we'll cover that off in that video, I hope. So let's see how the results go there. So a reasonable victory, only 2 kills, but destroyed battleship. Come pretty reasonable on the team, which is always good, and made a pretty penny at the end of it. Well, that's our review of the Tier 4 Russian cruiser, the Kirov. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. I'm the Major, and back to the port.